for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question?
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Oh snap! Haven't seen you there. Been a long time coming. What's up? What's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Let's get into it. Without further ado, I got a lot of stuff to react to, a lot of stuff to talk about. I haven't been live in about 2 weeks. So we're back at it. You see me back in the crib with it. You know what I'm saying? Kids Choice Award on deck, things like that. Subtle flex. Let me see where I wanted to go first. Yes, DT. Diana Taurasi is retired. We have to give DT her flowers. Y'all clap it up for DT, man. Diana Taurasi, one of the best to ever do it. No, I do not think she's the GOAT. However, she is undoubtedly one of the best ever. And one of the best ever that I've seen in my time, especially in the WNBA and stuff like that. I remember just growing up, those battles with her in the semifinals against Sue Bird in the Seattle Storm, just like three-pointers. I'm talking about like leaning three-pointers, out of bounds, contested three-pointers, nothing but the bottom of everything. And her longevity, her grit, determination, her willingness to not back down, you know, to the expectation of what a woman athlete should look like, an elite woman athlete should look like, how they should act, how they should behave. She never backed down. She just always kept that dog in her, regardless of anything. And I always appreciated about DT. She never, you know what I'm saying? She never just everything like that. So I really appreciated that about DT. And she was always unapologetic to the day that she retired. She was always undoubtedly DT. You know, you see she went on The View this morning to talk about the decision. And she also went on GMA. Shout out to GMA, everybody out there, because they sent me the email, said talk about it, stuff like that. So shout out to GMA. Got the email. But the thing with the what was it? Who was it? On The View. And Whoopi Goldberg said, Diana Taurasi. And there's Taurasi. What are you talking about? Taurasi is just a player that's dominated the game of basketball for over 20 years. Or how could you say Taurasi? And, you know, she comes out, hey, how you guys doing? She said, how you doing, Diana? She said, amazing, Whoopi. And that's just classic DT, man. Sad to see the Phoenix Mercury era end like this, the era of DT altogether. But of course, more specifically, the era of DT and BG. BG obviously started new in Atlanta. I think she kind of knew, but some people were pointing out how BG didn't say anything about what's going on right now. With Diana, she hasn't made a post or anything like that. I'm not on Instagram like that for real. I'm on my company's account, so I'm not gonna say I'm not on it, period, because that would be a lie. But I'm not on it enough to know, so I have to kind of depend on Twitter. That's why all my stuff is mostly Twitter and everything, because I'm just not on Instagram. But let me see. Hold on. Here we go. I'm about to upload. Yeah, I don't see anything. And shout out to Aya as well, doing great work. I don't know if she's still a student, but I started following her and everything when she was a student. She just does great stuff. Yeah, I don't see anything from BG, bro. I don't see, when it comes to people speaking on BG, I will say Biden brought Brittany Griner back. Huh? Your boy's tweaking. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see anything about Brittany Griner, bro, about her and talking about DT. Is there anything up? Let me see. DT. No, I just see. All right. Anyways, yes. So I don't think she said anything. So that's, well, maybe she was just like, I just said something so much, so often. I don't need to say, or maybe she's just waiting for a press conference to say it at an Unrivaled press conference. So maybe that's it. We'll see. But yeah, she hasn't said anything. But yeah, Diana Taurasi, man, one of the greatest ever. Thank you, Diana. Even when the last few years, I know I've been complaining a lot about DT. I'm not even gonna hold it and say like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna complain. It's all been love. Now, I complained about DT just taking up space a lot in the the last couple of years. And, she definitely was afforded the right to go out when she wanted to go out and stuff like that. And she still had some nights where she was going off, like still had some nights dropping 40. And I'm like, oh, okay, she still can do it. But there was other nights where she would go, 2 points, 4 points, air ball in the threes, everything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was both of the both worlds where I'm like, yeah, bro, she taking us Bears. She getting the legacy award. She getting the legacy roster spot. When you can give it to these kids, when you see someone like Kristen Williams, you know what I'm saying, former #1 player coming out of high school, can't land a spot on the team, and you have players like Avina Westbrook and all these players come through, and then now Phoenix, your former UConn family members and everything like that, they're young players trying to find footing, trying to find a stable home in the league, and they can't find that. It's definitely like bro, like, why not, bro? But at the same time, nothing was handed to her, so she ain't gonna hand nothing to anybody. That's once again goes back to the dog mentality. We not stepping down for nobody. Why we got to step down? We got to step down because the WNBA won't expand their rosters. We got to step down because the WNBA won't expand their teams back to 14, 16 teams that we're going to see now and the next couple of years. But these teams with more teams and more games to the W, someone else was saying this, you have to expand the rosters as well. That's got to be the next thing for Kathy, in addition to higher salaries, because that's what the players are asking for with Unrivaled and stuff like that. But you have to expand the rosters. We got to get, we're at 12 right now. We got to get to 15. We got to get to 15 roster spots per team. Add that depth in, you know what I'm saying? So if the players get hurt, they don't have to, sign off the wire off this imaginary development league, this G League that you're pulling players from in a minor league system in the middle of the season. Mike Caldwell's kind of treated like a G League player for the Atlanta Dream. And you go to other teams and, some play like a player like a Chrissy Wallace or someone like, they're always like treated, Chrissy Wallace not coming back this season, but are always treated like these players are, oh, we cut you. Oh, we're going to sign you because we got hurt. Oh, we cut you. And it is that over and over. And I feel like it'd just be a better system if you had 15 players. And it might still be those 16, 17, players that get cut in the preseason, everything like that. But I feel like it'll be less of that, and it'll be a little less chaotic on those side of things and stuff. If you expand the rosters to 15 just overall and stuff like that, it'd just be better for the game, I feel like, especially with the way that you guys have it set up. Once again, going to 44 games, expanding the season, making the season longer, and expanding the league. So more games, different teams that you're facing and stuff like that, more travel, just more things, kind of harshness on the body, and you don't have the bodies to back that up or to sustain that. And you're bringing in coaches with the modern kind of run and gun NBA philosophy, MNBA philosophy, there it is. And, like the players' bodies have to be able to sustain that. We see a lot of that what's going on in the NBA right now with the guy like Joel Embiid. Embiid is running up and down the court. He's a guy, you love his game offensively. He can go three level scorer, you know what I'm saying? Unstoppable, but his body can't take all that running gun that his game and his talent level does and stuff like that. And that's just the way that the NBA is right now. Like Joel Embiid has to be Joel Embiid. He has to shoot threes. He has to be able to pump fake and come in and drive and hesitate on the way to like he's 7 foot. There's no reason why a 7-footer should have to do this to score 2 points. It's a 7-footer, you just 2 points. Like that's how it goes. But it is what it is. It's the way the game is now, and with the way the game is now, you see more kind of sustained injuries. You see a team like a New Orleans Pelicans where like their entire rotation was out at a certain point in time. Or you look at a team like the Atlanta Hawks, they lost a lot of guys at once. And you look at a team like the Philadelphia 76ers where, they had the talent on paper to be one of the better teams, upper half teams in the Eastern Conference. And that's not the case because their whole team is hurt. And you look at a case like where the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat are the 8th and 9th seeds right now in the Eastern Conference. And both of those teams are kind of a few games under 500. We haven't seen that in the Eastern Conference since like 2008. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that in the East in a long, long time, where the 8th seed was under 500, or a couple games under 500, more than less than 1 or 2 games. And it's because, in large part, in my opinion, the way that the game is set up now with the run and gun, it's more injuries. Anthony Davis, same thing of like being a big that's mobile, agile, everything like that, athletic, explosive, but that just is too much for his body. It's too much on his body. And I think we're going to see a lot of that with the NBA styles coming over to the WNBA. We're going to see a lot of those injuries that we've seen in the NBA. So I think it's just is what it is. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I say all that to say, DT, thank you for all that you did for the game. Thank you for existing. Thank you for inspiring an entire generation of not just girls, but guys as well. And thank you for, I don't know, just being unapologetically you not backing down to anybody, and kind of always holding the guys to the standard that you wanted to be held to as well. I don't know, I just always roll with that, bro. Shout out Diana Taurasi, bro. Okay.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.